What do you think about the whole mouse debate thing? Like, it's pretty obvious who flies with a mouse and who doesn't.
Um, it's one of those things where it's not the input device, it's IM specifically.
Mhm. Yeah, basically instant gimbal.
Yeah, if you're talking about um, fixed mouse versus fixed joysticks, I honestly feel like they're relatively well balanced. Actually, I think
Mhm.
they're a comparable input device just by default. So if you have a proper VJoy for the mouse, which they do have a VJoy for the mouse, and although it's a little wonky, but they still have it. So if you consider that you have VJoy for mouse and you're up against joystick, I don't really feel like you're at that much of a disadvantage, if at any disadvantage, if not
Mhm.
a advantage, because
For controllership, yeah.
you do have a little bit more precision for the fine stuff. You may have a little bit less feel, but I mean those are like the precision thing is objective. The feel thing is kind of subjective.
Mhm.
Because when I played Star Wars Galaxies, I used a mouse and I didn't have any problem. I didn't ever feel like I didn't have feel for my ship or anything like that.
Right.
Um, but when it comes to interactive mode specifically, that's where it starts to break down balance-wise, because you basically have one controller type that has a way to negate uh, movement, like dodging, like maneuvers. Uh, you kind of have a huge advantage with IM, and
Yeah.
people say things like track IR is a comparable
Mm,
solution to that, but it's not. it's if it's not even like it will just never be, because it's you're comparing uh, doing one thing with a mouse versus doing two things with a joystick and
mm.
uh, track IR. Because you have to not only aim with your head but fly the ship, and the brain can't handle that. It's not, oh, some people can do it, some people can't. It's no, the brain can't interact with both of those things at a reasonable amount
Versus,
of
yeah, a
cognitive
mouse, yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just something that's been proven before anyway. That's why texting and driving is not something you do.
Exactly.
So it's actually the exact same reason why track IR and joystick is not as good as just interactive
Mouse.
mode.
Mhm.
Exact same reason. So when people say it's like, oh, mouse is overpowered, it's not mouse. It's interactive mode.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you just took damage.
Me?
Yeah, I'm just looking at your ship, and all of a sudden, now you have
Mm.
a bunch of damage on the back of your ship,
Yeah, you're right. What
and
the
now it's
hell?
gone.
I think something's wonky with the servers.
It's probably that so many people playing.
I'm just surprised like no one's being added to the match.
Yeah, same. Maybe there was a quick update. Maybe we could restart.
Oh, let's let the match finish.
Oh yeah,
Get it
totally.
over.
Because there's only 3 minutes left. I'm enjoying watching Hydro.
Mm-hmm. Is he a streamer?
Oh yeah, he's a streamer, and he's also, this is actually something that's kind of related to us right now, is he's a big proponent of track IR with gimbals. He's known for that. Back when track IR was around initially, he was probably the best pilot, and that's what he used. He used a thrustmaster and a track IR to aim his gimbals, and he was really
Hmm.
good at it. But what I mean by that is he was good at aiming, and then he just kind of pointed his ship in the general direction. He wasn't. It's not like he was doing. I don't think anyway. He was doing like maneuvers while he was trying to aim with track AR and stuff like that.
Right.
But what he said in the past is he used it more as to offset his aim than aiming with the track IR. So he would like look ahead a little bit, and then he would still aim with his joystick, I think is what he said. but he would use his head to offset, and then he would do all the fine movements with his joystick, and that's how he would aim with it. He's not like aiming with his head while flying the ship.
Yeah. 90 degrees or something.
No, he's just kind of offsetting his aim a little bit by looking to one direction or the other, while still aiming with his joystick.
Kind of cool because I mean, most people fly with fixed, so if you do that, then where you're pointing your nose is actually not where you're shooting. So it's
Yeah, and I think that's why he did it, is because it's one of those things where this is also before they gave gimbals a size down, I think, in weapons. Like, before any real balance was done to the game in that aspect.
he's holding his own against two guys.
Yeah, like I said, he was the best pilot at the time.